Hi, it's Josh. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what we do when we set a meeting and the meeting doesn't show. So this is me. So we booked a meeting with this gentleman. I think they're based in Florida, and it was a no-show. And this is me just calling to, see what's happened, to see if we rescheduled. Now, it is audio only, but I've added in some images, right? So don't take the images too seriously. It's just to mess around a little bit. Now, if you would like to bring in more clients for your law firm, feel free to get in touch and let's have a conversation. We work on a purely results basis, so we only get paid when we actually help you get clients. But other than that, hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi there. Yeah, hi there. Sorry, this is Josh. We have a call scheduled for 8. Sorry, or not 8, but I guess 3 your time.
okay. Yes, I recognize
Yeah.
the phone number here. I've got a West Palm Beach phone number. You're on. Yes, okay.
Yeah. So, are you still available for our call or no?
Well, I'm kind of on. I'm on my way to something that I've got to do. But if it's that's all right. Tell me a little bit about what you do and whether this is something that I'm going to be able to understand how we charge. What I care about is how we. I'm like everybody else. I want to know what it's going to cost.
Exactly. And, that's exactly what I'll go through on our call, on that presentation. We'll go through from A to Z, what we do, how we help you get more clients. Obviously, I'll just need to understand a little bit more about the firm as well, what area you want to get more clients in specifically as well. And then I can really break down the figures for you. If you are pressed for time, we can reschedule, unless you can squeeze some time in now. What's best for you?
No, that's okay. Why don't we do it now so that I've got an understanding of what it is that you're talking about? Then you're free to email me. I've signed up with people on pay-per-click stuff before. I used to do Google AdWords, myself, until they changed it or until I just got so frustrated with the way they had remodeled the whole thing more than a year ago, and I gave up.
Yeah.
But for a while, it worked. I didn't mind. It was okay. I spent too much money on it, but it was okay.
Yeah. Google has changed a lot. It's insanely competitive now, so you have to really be on top of it to make sure that it is giving you a good return. And obviously, that's what we specialize in. Now, these calls typically take about 30 minutes for us to go through. They can stretch out to 45 minutes because you might have some questions I'll go through as well. So can you iron out that time now, 45 minutes max?
No, I'm sorry. I really do have to be someplace in about 20 minutes.
I see.
But I mean, I get it. Keywords, whatever you want to call it, campaign 1, campaign 2. My memory is that the best way was to do a call-only campaign. Send them to my phone, not to my email, or rather not to, you could send it to email, but not to my website, because I don't trust the site anymore to have an intake form, even though it works. The site is screwed up.
Yeah, you make some good points. You definitely don't want to send people to your website. You want to send them to a high converting landing page. You don't want to do a call only one necessarily, purely because direct calls don't tend to be the best leads. Contact form leads tend to be better than calls, but you have an option to do both, right? Again, these are things I'll go through on our meeting. Now, since you have to be somewhere soon, what time tomorrow?
Yeah, the contact form. So you're going to create something outside of my, website. That's okay. It's
tied to your website, yeah. So we create what's known as a subdomain. So we use a subdomain to create a high converting landing page. I don't know if any of that makes sense for you.
Well, a high converting landing page. Okay, that's fine.
On a subdomain based on your current domain. So it still has your domain's name in it. It's just a subdomain. Does that sound
all right. I mean, I sort of went through that one other time with somebody, and they didn't.
So you understand it.
Well, they didn't know what they were talking about. What they did was really something other than what they told me, but I'm not sure that it mattered that much. What I care about is being able to know, but also being able to know if I'm getting charged, what am I getting, what I'm getting called.
What's
I'm
your
getting
return?
charged either for a call, or I'm getting charged because somebody actually filled something out.
So with on the Google side, you get charged or you get billed every time someone clicks. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Now we work on a performance basis. So basically means if we don't perform for you, we don't get to keep anything, right? So if we don't perform, whether it's we don't get the clients or you're not just happy with the service, you don't pay us anything essentially. So it's on us to perform, but it is on you to convert the leads as well, right?
Okay.
So if you have a good conversion rate from
Yeah.
leads to prospect to client, it's happy days. So as long as you know you're confident in your, I guess, closing ability, or should I say selling ability, then it's pretty much a go from our side. We will need to still jump on on this call. So what time tomorrow maybe works good for you?
Well, I'm okay. I'm sold on the idea of doing something like this, as long as what we're talking about is what I'm thinking about, which is Google AdWords. Now, is there another dimension to this where we're using, I don't know, this other thing from Microsoft?
So no. So yeah. The traffic, the platform we generate the traffic from is Google PPC. So Google PPC is just a part of the overall strategy. So it is Google PPC, but we do it in a slightly different way, and we do it the best way, I would like to say. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds fine. I mean, I'm willing to pay for the engineering and for whatever it is, just as long as I'm not getting into some sort of an arrangement where, for instance, I mean, here's an example of something that somebody pitched on me recently. They do the marketing, and I guess it's because they have hundreds of sites, so that when someone searches on Google for a lawyer in West Palm Beach, Florida, there will be, randomly certain firms that will come to the top, and and there will be like 3 of them or whatever. And then I guess whoever it is that gets to that person first wins.
That's terrible.
The first premise was that it goes to 3 people and it's a race. Well, it turned out what she was really talking about, she didn't know what she was talking about, and it doesn't really matter how amused I was by this, but I actually tested it. I actually said, I'm going to be the user, and I'm going to figure out whether or not this woman, well, you know what, 3 people did not show up for me as a prospective client. 1 person did, a nice attorney in, I think, Lauderdale, but also Massachusetts, and I'm searching for someone in, it doesn't really matter, in Palm Beach, but she happens to be in Lauderdale, but she takes clients in Palm Beach. So again, that's just, that again is another one of those things where she wouldn't have known that, but the truth is, I don't want to be on some list for a county and pay for a lead where I know it's really not somebody that's going to come in and see me.
Exactly.
And they need to come in and see me. I mean, it's a terrible thing, but they need to be in Palm Beach County, basically.
Yeah, it's actually terrible that that company did that to you, because they've basically missold you on their service completely, right? So we don't do that. We target your specific area.
But again, it was like multiple, they've got SEO or whatever, all figured out, because they've got 100 different names, and you go through all this, and the user has to fill out all this bullshit, questions, and I guess that would be that would be the only thing that I would really want to know from the user's standpoint. What are they filling out if they're filling out a contact sheet? What are you asking them?
So they only see you. You're not in competition with anyone else. So once they click onto your domain name. They click onto your business, right? And then on the landing page, we sell them on you. We sell them on your services and why you're the best option for them. So when they fill out the contact form, they know specifically that they're filling out the contact form for right? So
And
it's
it's
exclusive. You're not going to share it with anyone. Are you with me?
oh, it's name, address, and phone number for them. That's all they're filling out, and they want a
they're
divorce.
filling out.
They want to be or they want
They
a
want
criminal
services.
defense lawyer because
Exactly.
they stole nuclear secrets and took them to their beach house.
Something like that. So the contact details would get is the name, email, phone number, and then the message.
Okay.
Those are the contact details that will get sent in for you, and that gets forwarded to your email and also gets sent via text as well, whichever number you want to receive it on. That's how that would work. Now tomorrow again, what time is good for you tomorrow for us to kind of book in this call?
Gotta be. I'm in some hearing. I think in the morning. Right. I don't know what happens tomorrow. Today got goofed up. Tomorrow is probably screwed up as well. But if you can send me an email that identifies the company, I don't care that you're based in the UK, and that's all fine. There are a lot of people that wouldn't like that. That's okay with me. I don't care.
So what I do on the confirmation, so if I book this meeting in now, it actually sends you to the website, and on the website you see a bunch of case studies on there. You see some more information as well on what we do. So I will put an information pack in there as well for you when I book this in. So I've got 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon and 4 p.m. Tomorrow afternoon available. Which one would be ideal, if any?
I know the alternative choice. You always give them this would or this one.
I think we're going to get along.
Would you like to take a test drive? Okay. No, I really want to send me something by email to my email that that links to your site or that shows me what your business is.
Oh, are you on your computer at the moment? Are you on your computer at the moment?
No, it's blacked out. I killed it a little while ago because I'm on my way out the door.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll send you, because I can just send this to you now just in case I forget. Okay. So the website is jamsystems.com. So I just sent you a text now. I don't know if you've received that.
Okay.
So it's www.jamsystems.com. That will take you to the website. It will show you everything that we're about, exactly what we do, where we help. But for me to obviously, because I know that you cover a few different service areas, and I really wanted to get down to the nuts and bolts here to see what service area you want to ideally target, and so we can come up with an actual figure for you.
All right. Let me just tell you, if I'm willing to do whatever, as long as all they're really doing is going to you write a profile, you put my picture up there, which you don't scare them to death with that. I guess maybe we would have gotten to past the first. We would have gotten up to bat maybe. Mm-hmm. Then I guess we say something about the practice areas. And then about the only other thing that I usually say is call us. Call.
There's a few additional elements we'll add in there as well. But really quickly, because what I like to do is focus on just one service area to start off with, because we want to really do well on that service area, and then we can expand if need be. What service area out of the bunch that you kind of cover here on your website would you like to get more clients in?
Well, the main thing,
considering the costs. Yeah.
My opinion is that anything that is related to real estate, which is really not something that people search for. They're not looking for real estate lawyers very often, but we do that.
Check.
Closings and also contract negotiation, that sort of stuff. Criminal defense to some extent, and most like small business stuff. And I'm trying to think of I don't even know that we have a typical case. I've got too many divorces, but I don't mind doing higher-end divorces. But what I don't want to do is spend a bunch of money and find what I often did, penniless people. My wife took every cent. I don't have a nickel, but I must have a divorce. Like I'm going to do that. You cannot do that on contingency.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Divorce, it would be the one thing that would be easy to get, but they're too hard to. That's a waste of time. Trusts and estates, real estate, business, criminal defense. I'm okay with criminal defense. We've got a lot of criminals here.
Yeah. What kind of budget would you be looking at? Because different service areas,
in the beginning, not much. I mean, a few $100. I hate to say it, but I mean, we can probably blow a couple $100 on something. If we see that it works, we're okay.
All right. So if the budget is slightly limited, and again, I really want to perform for you to actually make you help you get clients, we would stay away from personal injury. That's the click can be a few $100 alone just for personal injury. So we want to stay clear from that. Now, just looking at everything else you offer here. So we've got trust and estates. Now, typically, I know that you're saying that you don't get a lot of search demand for trust and estates, but typically, what would an ideal client search on Google for something like that, for those kind of services?
Well, I would think that would be somebody who's 50 to 70 years old, themselves inherited a bunch of real estate and suddenly find themselves rich.
Right.
And they need to know what to do. They need more than just a will.
Would they search for probate lawyer near me? Or probate attorney? No?
Well, probate is after you're dead. So that'd be okay too.
Really? Because there's a lot of search volume for that, and the cost per click isn't too crazy.
Right.
Would that be an ideal one for you, or how do you feel?
That'll be okay. Sure. Somebody's dead, and we go file the papers, and that's okay. I mean, we do those all the time. Sometimes it's a real thing, but that's all right. Sure.
What's the value of a client on average for those kind of cases?
Not that much. $4,000 or $5,000 probably.
4,000 or 5,000, right? Because the thing is, the cost per click is about $8 to about $30. Now we can probably get that down to about $12 per click, right? And I know we can get you a lead based on that for conservatively. This is for $80. We can get you a lead at $80. Now, question: what's your conversion rate? So when you get the leads come in and you have the initial conversation, out of 10 people, how many of them become like a client for you?
As far as I know, I've never paid anything ever even close to that on a Google budget for a click, which I mean.
No. So that's not a click. That's a lead.
For a call.
Right. But when you get the calls come in, right, out of every 10 conversations, how many of those conversations turn into paid clients on average?
10%.
10%, that's fine. Right. Now, family attorney is slightly cheaper. We can get conservatively, again, we should be able to perform better than this, but I want to be conservative. We can get you leads for family cases, $60 per lead. Is the conversion rate also about 10% or so, you'd say?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd need to know how many other people they're reaching, either through your operation or through somebody else's. But I guess there isn't any.
No. So we only work with one person in a particular area, right? Now, what we also offer as well, you might like this.
All right. So you said that for Palm Beach County, Florida, you don't have even one lawyer that covers that?
So we, like you said, we're British. We're from the UK, so we mostly cover UK clients. Are you with me? But as soon as obviously we find someone like yourself in that particular area, then it's exclusive, regardless of the service area. Are you with me? So that's how that would work. Now, how many clients would you like additional per month, whether it's family or whether it's probate?
Well, I would.
This is per month.
Oh, it's 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay, 3 or 4. Now, I work normally with a 20% conversion rate. We do have some frameworks and some trainings on how to take the initial contact when someone initially calls, and how to also take the full call as well, the full consultation, if you call it that. We do also help with that as well, because at 10%, we can definitely get that to 25%, but we always go a little bit lower for 20%.
Well, the biggest problem, there isn't any way for you or really anybody beforehand to know whether or not this is one, crazy person, 2,
Right.
a person with no money, or 3, a crazy person with no money.
Right.
I mean, that's way over 50%, in my opinion, of the people. Even though it's, they're out there cool surfing the internet and everything.
So
It's
the key thing.
Yeah.
The key thing with Google, and this is kind of where we specialize in terms of just specifically Google PPC, we take the targeting to a whole nother level, right? Because you might not know much about PPC, I won't get too technical, but basically what we do on a day-to-day basis, every single day, this is sent to you every single day, a report. We look at every single search that's come in. And like you mentioned, all the crazy people, the crazy searchers, we put them on what's known as a negative keywords list. That just means that if that crazy person searches again, they're not going to show up. Our ads aren't going to show up for them. So the campaigns we run are very, very efficient because we get rid of the unwanted searches.
Yeah, but how are you going to? Oh, okay, but how are you going to know ahead of time? There isn't any way to know what somebody's use purposes are until I talk to them.
No. So we can guess the intent by what they search. So, for example, if someone searches, how much does a family attorney cost, for example. Now, Google will show you ad for a search like that. Now, we know that anyone asking a question on Google, they're not at the buying decision stage yet. They're still in the research stage. So before we even start the campaign, we put how, why, what, when, all those kind of words, we put them in a negative keywords list. What we also do is we look at all the competitors in your area. We also put them all in the negative keywords list because you will also show up for competitors. Now, it might sound like you want to show up for competitors, but trust me, you don't, because if someone searches for XYZ law firm and you show up, they're still looking for XYZ law firm. They're not looking for you, right? So it's best to always put them on a negative keyword list as well.
Yeah, I mean, you raise an interesting point there because there wasn't any way, and I think there still isn't, but there had to be, I always said there had to be some way around this, is that when somebody, typed in, Gloria, Steinem, attorney at law, you'd get attorney at law, and I was attorney at law, so I'd, and they'd call me, and then, they want to talk to Gloria. And I paid for that. And I said, I can't negative every word, every name. I can't negative every name in the book.
Well,
I had some idiot tell me that I could.
You can, and we do, right?
Yeah.
And that's even before the campaign starts. When the campaign starts, there will still be other search terms that come up that we get rid of.
Nobody's going to look for us specifically, although I don't mind if they look for the other, it's fine. We don't mind. Mm-hmm. They take our stuff all the time anyway.
Right, that's a shame. But that's why
get a lot of our stuff, but that's all right. We don't care.
Surely you get some of their stuff as well, though, right?
No, not that I know of, but anyway.
Right, I see. Okay, so specifically for family, I can help you get to a 20% conversion rate because we're going to be getting better leads, right? Just to put it frankly, and obviously with the kind of frameworks that we have in place, that should get you easily to a 20% close rate. Okay. So with a budget of $600, that will get you 10 leads for family, and then that will get you 2 clients. Right. If you wanted 3 to 4 clients, you'd need a budget of $1,200 for the ad budget. That would get you 3 to 4, or that will get you 4 clients, basically. That's for family, right? Now, for the other service area, so this is probate. Let's see. So $800 would get you 2 probate clients, conservatively, and then $1,600 would get you 4 probate clients, conservatively. That's how that would play out.
All right.
So
I think that sounds fine. Put a little note in an email to me that if you want to say that, that's fine. But put your name and the direct dial phone number and everything for you. I'd like to give this to my partner's name. We've been looking. He's been thinking about all sorts of weird stuff. And I said, don't go off on all these things that I've already wasted time on. He's a sucker for a bunch of other stuff. This actually sounds like something that at least we know something about Google AdWords. You figured out a way to do Google AdWords. I can sell him on that. I can sell him on that. If that's really what you're doing, then I'm okay. I'm all right. I never got that. I mean, I don't know. We never spent that much. I mean,
Yeah, it's the
$1,000.
game is kind of changed a little bit, you know. But I'll send you these figures now. But I do, I know I keep going back to it, but I do think it would really be beneficial for me, you, and him to jump on a call because he'll have more questions, and at least I can share my screen and kind of show you rather than just tell you. Do you know what I mean?
No, that would be fine. He's stuck in New York for a while. We're both Florida and New York, but I only really want Florida business at this point. And I don't think he's back until the end of Wednesday, so that really means Friday or something by the time we actually get to it. So,
and when is it? Since he's in New York, are you saying that he doesn't even have time to jump on a Zoom if we send him the Zoom link?
We've got trials, we've got all sorts of crap.
Okay.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, so Friday then, what time Friday works good for you and him, do you think?
Probably something in the afternoon, but it should be something where we're actually available and together, and I'm not sure.
Available and together.
But that's all right. If you wanna suggest that in the email, I'll forward it to him, and that way he'll know, and I will talk to him about it, and he'll be able to do that.
Right. So let me think. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to the calendar on there, and hopefully one of you or him, can book it in if a time comes up. I'll send these figures to you as well.
Okay.
So are you saying the figures don't scare you too much then, having that kind of budget to get 4 clients?
That's probably okay. I just want to see that. I just need to figure out, who gets the call. We're going to be fighting over I don't know whether if you send it to my phone, you send it to his phone at the same time, if it's a call thing, or is it really?
We can send it to both, and then whoever picks up answers. So we send it to both if you want.
That would be all right, because we got into some sort of a thing where that we tried to do that before and it didn't really work.
The system we use is first class, so that it works smoothly with that. So
he never answers the phone, but he'll still complain about not getting the call. So anyway,
I think he wants to be involved. That's probably what it is. But what I'll do is I'll send you the. Go on, sorry.
That's all right. If you can put 2 phone numbers on it, that'd be fine, Josh. Good. Thank you.
Right.
We'll talk.
I'll send you the email now.
Good. I'll see you
Thank you.
I'll see you an email. We'll talk later in the week. Thank you.
Perfect. All the best. Okay.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye now.